Let's return to another key moment in Night Vale history. The year 1943. As part of the war effort, Night Vale citizens dedicated themselves to chanting. The young, the old, men and women alike gathered around their bloodstones and chanted for the victory of the United States. While some credit must be given to the strategic planning of U.S. command and to the brave fighting of American soldiers, most reputable scholars believe that Night Vale's chanting was the deciding factor in America's eventual victory over the Axis powers. The city council erected a 7-story monument in Grove Park saying so in large neon letters, until a federal lawsuit forced them to take it down. And now, a word from our sponsors. That word is carp. This next installment in our exploration of Night Vale's storied past takes place in the future. The year 2052. The scion of the Dark Order will descend, realize he mistimed the prophecy, and reascend. The 7th siege of the great Night Vale Temple will rage on. The plague of buzzing boils will kill thousands and annoy thousands more with its buzzing. The city council will reveal its true form and eat half of Night Vale's population. Approval ratings for the mayor will hover in the low 40s, which will be surprising as there will have been no mayor for over 30 years. And now, the weather.
It's by the blood stain of your lips and the wonder of your fingertips. I should prove true to my emptiness and stay here. Well, I'm just a kid of ill repute, but the skin I wear's my only suit. And you're just a substitute for the one that I hold dear. You know you could be anyone. God forgive my tasteless tongue. I never should have been set free. I cover my eyes, I skin my face, beg somehow to be replaced. That's how we deal with boys like me. Well, I guess by this world so sick with loss, and your service is so free of cost, I should climb down off my rugged cross and lay with you. But you know by now it's 8:30, and I only came here for escape. And you're just my next mistake, like me to you. You know you could be anyone. God forgive your unborn sons. I hope they don't end up like me. I drag my mind through streets of shame, blame myself, forgive the game. That's how we deal with boys like me. But despite what you've been told, I once had a soul left somewhere behind, a former friend of mine. And I hate to speak so free, but you mean nothing to me. So if the streetlights they shine bright, I'll get home tonight. Well, I guess by the dim light in your eyes, and that to you all things come as a surprise, I should set the steel trap of your thighs and dive right in. But to you I'm just a confused child, insecure or in denial.
The Night Vale Business Association announced today that the Night Vale Harbor and Waterfront Recreation Area was not actually something that ever existed in reality, but was instead a shared hallucination of the entire town's population. As such, they are proud to declare that they have never suffered any sort of disastrous business failure, and the reportedly massive amounts of money lost on building waterfront facilities in a desert are fabrications of our collective consciousness. They recommend consulting your dream interpretation manuals to determine exactly what this Night Vale Harbor vision could mean. They also said that if you happen to stumble on the waterfront buildings out in the desert exactly where you remembered them, and they seem completely real, standing as vacant and useless as the day they were built, that's because you are still hallucinating and should seek medical treatment immediately. Or have a member of the city council howl at you if you are of the olden faith and do not believe in modern medicine. For our final story in this week's featured look into the history of Night Vale, let's look at the very recent past. Yesterday. I had cereal for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, steak for dinner. Cars were driven, cars were not driven. The sun gave a great shout of light and then, after several hours of thought, quietly retracted the statement. Old woman Josie dug up a box in a shady corner of her yard and carried it, cradled in her arms like a baby or a delicate explosive, to another part of her yard where she buried it again. An unknown person did something that no one else saw, the nature and extent of which is impossible to determine, and the result of which will be lost in the chaotic chain of causation and consequence that is history. But most importantly, all of us here in Night Vale, in America, in the world, in the secret orbital bases, all of us got through another day. We passed the time from one end of 12 to the other without stopping once. Well done, us. Good job, people who experience time. Time experiencers, good job. And from this moment in history, the one that's happening right now, good night.
Welcome to Night Vale is a production of Commonplace Books. It is written by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor and produced by Joseph Fink. The voice of Night Vale is Cecil Baldwin. Original music by Disparition. All of it can be downloaded for free at disparition.info. This episode's weather was Despite What You've Been Told by the Two Gallants. Find out more at twogallants.com. Want to have your music featured in the weather section? Want to contribute your talents to the show? Just want to say hi? Email us at nightvale@commonplacebooks.com. Check out commonplacebooks.com for more information on this show, as well as our books on the unused story ideas of H P Lovecraft and what it means to be a grown-up. Today's proverb: it must be 3:23 p.m. somewhere. Maybe space?